Hey guys, welcome back to PQF Academy. It is Thursday, so it is sewing day. I'm trying to spice things up a little bit, okay? But as always, please like, subscribe, and share the video if you guys like it. If you don't like it, still give me a thumbs down and write in the comments and tell me why you don't like it. Tell me what I can do better. Because I want to get better and improve every single day. Every single time I come here, I want to try to improve. Like, what I mean by that, people were telling me, hey, the ring light is in your eyes. So I moved the ring light so it's not in my eyes anymore. So if you need me to improve, just let me know. Also, I do want to say, to everybody that signed up to the newsletter, I apologize. There's a bug going on with it. I'm not sure what it is. I am trying to work it out. I am doing this by myself. It's not an excuse, not excusing, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I set it up the wrong way to make it not go out or if it is going out, but I followed the directions in the tutorial that I watched on how to do it, but apparently I'm still doing it wrong. But just want to go ahead and say that. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into it. All right. So we cut out our pattern. We have our pattern. I have it marked. This is the top part of the zipper where the zipper and stuff is going to go. You already know that. So I marked it 1, 2, even on the cutting part that I cut, I also marked it 1 and I also marked it 2. I'm using a SF101. Now, I do want to recommend something, right? If you are using something like a denim, or if you're using something like a denim or a canvas or something that's a little bit more heavier where you typically don't actually need the interfacing to give it the bulk. What I would suggest though is, because we're going to put zippers, is go ahead and right up here on the top part and on the bottom part right there, wherever you're going to put a zipper at, I would say go ahead and put like a slice or a slither or just enough of like a like SF interfacing, so it just gives it a little bit more durability. So, because that's going to be the part that's always going to continue to be open. So I have my zippers, my 3 zippers, excuse me, my D-rings, and I have my straps. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. All right, so let's go. So what we're going to do first, we're going to go ahead and go and sew on the front of the bag, right? So basically the zipper part. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to I'm grabbing my top piece, which is number 1. Now with the zipper, now I do want to say something, right? There is a part where you can, matter of fact, 1 second. I want to give you a better visualization of what I was going to ready to say. I made this bag for my wife. Like I said, it's one of my best sellers. I made this bag for my wife a long time ago. It's been a while, right? As you can see. See this tab, this right here? That's a tab right there. Now, what my wife said she didn't like about it was that she couldn't open it all the way. She could barely fit anything into it. So what I've learned to do is not make that tab. But if you want to make this, what you'll basically do is you'll have to do a little bit of math. How long do you want it to be? And you'll sew it onto here. You'll sew it onto here. Excuse me. You'll sew it onto here, and then you'll sew it on the other side, and then that's how you'll put it on. But I'm not doing it like that because, like I said, my wife and even some of the excuse me, oh my gosh, even some of the people I did make this bag for, they said they like to open it up all the way. Yes, doing it this way does give it more of a finish and polished look, but at the same time, they actually said they actually wish they were able to open it because, like, they were sticking stuff in that wasn't being able to fit. I'm not sure what it was. Like, my wife said her wallet, she wanted her wallet to go in here, but because of this, it wouldn't fit inside. So I don't do that anymore. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to I like to set mine off, since I like to use a longer zipper. I'll set this all the way off to off of the edge, like almost like a 1/2 inch where the tab is at. All right. And then I'm just going to flip this up. And then I'm just going to go ahead and go take this to the sewing machine. I'm going to sew right down this line. All right. Be right back. So I got that part sewn on. So as it hits, look like this. So basically we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side with the small piece. Line that up. Take that over to the sewing machine. I'm gonna line this up right here, take it over to the sewing machine, and then sew right down that line. All right, so I have both sides on. So if we open it up, I haven't took it over yet and ironed it out or took it over to the ironing board or top stitch just yet, because we're going to go ahead and put on our first pocket. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is you're going to fold here, then we're going to turn this around right here, and you're going to go right, we're going to stitch right on top of that. If you can see it, sorry, a little shaky. So top here, I fold this down, and then I turn this around to where now the back side is facing me. And then I put this right here, and then I'm going to sew right across there. Okay, so basically this is what this should look like. So if I was to open this up, if I was to go ahead and open this up, like I would have, this would be my pocket, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other back side of the pocket right here. Okay, so right here on this back side right here, I'm going to take and make sure that this is folded down out of the way, this part. All right, so I'm going to take and we're going to sew right on top of here. It's almost like it's almost like if we were doing the zipper, if we were doing a zipper bag, and I put it on top of here, and then I take and I do the exact same thing, put it on top of here. It's just about the exact same thing, but it's just that they're connected, so it kind of feels weird and it looks weird. But all I'm doing is just putting this part on the back of it. So if I had pins and I was to pin it down and I was to open this, I have my pocket made. So see, my pocket would be made. Okay. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. If not, that's fine. Just let me know in the comments. I can definitely do a tutorial on that in a short or something of that nature. But so we're going to do that. Okay. And I will be right back. All right. So this is what I was talking about. So if we open this up, I have a bag now. I have a pocket, basically, was what I'm saying, right? I have a pocket. Okay. So what we're going to do now, you're going to probably be like, why don't we should have just did it separately. Nah, I like doing it this way. It's a little easier, and especially when it comes down to the math part. I don't really like doing math that much, but if I don't have to, I'm going to not do it. So just cut the bag open. All right. So you can cut the bag open. Then we're going to lay this out flat. And then you're just going to go over to the sewing machine. I mean, not the sewing machine, the ironing board. If you can, if your fabric will allow you to do it, you'll go ahead and iron this out. All right. You go ahead and iron that out. And then you'll go ahead and take a top stitch right up top of there. Okay. So once again, cut the bag open, cut the pocket open, basically the bag, pocket, whatever you want to call it. Take this over to the ironing board, iron it out. And then from there, you're going to take and top stitch right on top of that. Okay. All right. And I'll see you back. All right. So I got everything stitched down. Now, one thing, I have everything top stitched. It's all top stitched down. I wasn't able to take mine to the iron at the moment, so I'm going to have to do a regular press like this because of the canvas, the waterproof canvas. It will melt. But I will take it over. Matter of fact, I think I am, but never mind, forget that. But so what you want to do, remember, this is my top, so I do have it marked at 1. So I want to go ahead and take and bring this down. Now, all you're going to do is take and sew this bag closed now, all the way around. Sew it closed. Okay. Make sure you don't hit the zipper when you're sewing this closed. Don't sew on the zipper. Don't sew the zipper closed either. So, okay. So you're just going to go ahead and sew it closed. So actually, the best way to do it actually is to make sure that this is flat, this is up, and we're just going to sew right along down here. And it's fine that you're going to have a little bit of overlap. That's okay, because we're just going to cut this part right here. It's okay. All right, but that's what you're going to do next. All right, so got everything good. Everything's ironed down. So like if I go to open this, whoop. I go to open this, I have a pocket. All right, so we have a pocket now. We have our first pocket. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing. We are going to grab another zipper. Now, remember, this is the top part. This is the bottom part. So basically what we're going to do is the exact same thing. How we did it before. Oops. This is going to be a little, not a lot tougher, but just a little bit. So when we go to flip it, it'll be underneath. All right. So it's the exact same thing that we just did, basically. But I'm going to walk you through it, guys. So we're going to put the zipper up top here. Take this over to the sewing machine, and we're going to sew down right there. Okay. So I sewed this part on. So if I was to bring this down, this is how it would look. Okay. That's how it would look if I was to bring this part down. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our bottom piece, put that on the top, or however you decide you want to do it. Put it like that, or you can, you know, just for yourself, put it like this. So make sure everything is lined up. And then go ahead and sew right across there. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the bottom piece on. All right, I have the bottom piece on. I'm going to cut these strings real quick. Now, so what we're going to do next is same thing. We're going to take our pocket piece, put this on the bottom first. However you decide that you would like to do it. You can put this on the, you can actually do it on the top first if you like. Fold it down and then sew right across. So basically, so I have it like this. This pocket's here, so I'm going to move this pocket out the way. Make sure that it's out the way. Flip this up. And I have this part right here. Make sure this is lined up. And then go ahead and top stitch right down here. And then we'll do the exact same thing. All right, so we're top stitch right, I mean not top stitch, just sew right along there, right there, okay? So once again, let's do it one more time because it is a little bit confusing. I have it here. I have it like this. I'm going to take and flip that pocket out the way. Take and flip this up. So now that I have this part and only this part showing, take my pocket, put it here, make sure it's lined up. Good, good. And then sew right across there. Okay, so I do want to say I did mess up. Where I messed up at, typically, I have this on right, but typically when I would do it, I should have done the bottom piece first. The bottom, so I can, no, actually I didn't mess up. You can't, nah, you know what? I don't think I did only because of the top stitching part, but I can still we could still top stitch without closing up the bag. Now, what you would have to do is top stitch. You would have to top stitch now the part we just put on. So yeah, I didn't mess up. Never mind. Sorry, disregard that. Disregard that part. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and top stitch right on over here, right? So let's go ahead and just do that. Go ahead and top stitch that right there down. Okay, so I have it sewn and I have it top stitched. So basically I'm gonna do the same thing. Turn this over. Now I'm gonna go to the top of this and then sew this down also. All right, go to the top and sew it down. So basically when we're done, excuse me. Well, you'll see it when we're done. So once again, I bring this back a little bit. I top stitched here, top stitched over here, Now I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to come here. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we have it all together. Well, let's pull that down so it won't look the way it's looking. Now what you're going to do is that what we just put together is top stitch right across there. Okay. That's it. Just top stitch there, and then we'll move on to the next part. One thing, make sure this other bag is out of the way when you go to top stitch on here. All right. So make sure this is pulled out of the way and it's not down. All right. All right. We got our bag together. So this is how the front of this should look. Now I'm using a pattern so it looks crooked because of the pattern, the way the pattern is. So that's why if you actually look at it, everything's typically straight. Now, if you want to, you don't have to. You can, I'm going to. You're going to go ahead and all of the bags is basically you're going to sew them on. Right? So we're going to just go straight down. We're going to start where the first bag is at, which is basically the first pocket, I should say, is here. So we're going to start up here and we're going to sew this to the bag. Same thing on the other side. We can come here and we're going to sew straight down. So it's basically going to be flat. We're just basically doing a basting stitch. Try to do it only what 1/4, I think it is, right? 1/8. Let's do 1/8. Do 1/8 of an inch right there. Right? We're gonna do 1/8 of an inch straight down because we're gonna hide it inside the seam allowance at a 1/2 inch. That's why. All right. Now, one thing I do want to say, make sure that you open up this zipper because this is the zipper that would be affected when you're sewing this straight down. Okay, you're gonna open up this zipper and sew that straight down. This zipper can stay closed, but the zipper that's gonna be affected, this one right here is the second one. So we're just gonna go ahead and go straight down that way. All right. Now what you're going to go ahead and do is cut off any access that you have. So you're going to open up this zipper. We're going to make sure that we cut straight. All right. So like right here, I'm going to, let's go ahead and bring that back up over here. Go ahead and just cut this stuff off right here. Try not to cut the thread if you can. If you do, it's fine. It's 100% okay. Now, me personally, when I'm making this bag, I don't put any other pockets in it. All right. Also, if you want to, if you don't want this flat, this piece right here is kind of flat right here. Not flap. It's like a little bulky. If you want, you can just take a stitch and go straight across here. That's if you want. You don't have to. Now, me, when I'm making this bag, I don't put any other pockets. You only have this pocket. You have this pocket, and you have these two pockets, and then basically the pocket that's in. The pocket that's in. Other than that, you can, if you want to, you can put a zipper pocket here. You can put a slip pocket inside. Then you can also put another zipper pocket inside if you want. Completely up to you. You can do whatever you want with this bag. Okay. So basically, since I don't do that, but if you do, go right on ahead. But basically, what we're gonna do what we've been doing. Right. We're gonna turn our zipper upside down. Place it right here. Put our this piece right here. You know how to do this. We've done this already. So basically all you're doing is just following those steps right here. That's it. We're just doing those, following those steps, and we're going to do this, and then we're going to basically put our zipper on. We're going to put our put our top zipper on, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you when it comes down to putting these guys on. We're going to put them on a little differently than what we normally typically do. But yeah, so go ahead and do this. Remember, we're putting these zippers, so it's put this on upside down here. If you want, you can go ahead and stitch right across there, and then you can go ahead and put this on again and stitch right across if you want. But this should be on, and when we open this up, this should be it should turn up. Remember, all right. So go ahead and go do that. We already know what we're doing here. We've been here before. All right. We'll be back. I'll be back in a little bit. Sorry. One thing I do want to say, when we get to the edge here, we're gonna keep about 1/4 of an inch. We're gonna sew. So we're gonna sew to about right here, and up here on this side also. We're gonna do the exact same thing on this side. So about 1/4 of an inch is where we're gonna stop. All right, 1/4. Now let's do 1/8. Yeah, 1/8 of an inch. We're gonna stop. All right, so we're gonna leave just about that much open from the zipper. So when you do it, should be right there. All right, so 1/8 of an inch we're gonna leave open. So if you can, go ahead. If you have pins, mark that right there, or do something so you'll know. Okay, just wanted to go ahead and point that out. Sorry. All right, so we have this together. So we're just gonna open this up as usual, fold this down, and go ahead and give this a nice top stitch if you don't remember. All right, so go ahead. We're gonna give this a top stitch, and then go ahead and put the other one on. Give it a top stitch, and then I'll meet you back here so we can do the tabs. All right. Same thing with the top stitch. We're going to leave some of that. We're going to go just to about right here, 1/8 of an inch right there. Okay. With the top stitch also. So on the other side also, we're going to go about 1/8 of an inch also. Okay. All right. So mine is a little off centered because I got distracted by this little one. So it is a little off centered. So I can fix that in the construction part of it. Okay. But I do have it on, right? I do have it on, have everything zipped down, everything top stitch and everything. Okay, so now what we're going to take and do, I'm going to take this here and just put it right here. That's it. Do the same thing on the other side. If you want to, go ahead and baste that in. Go ahead and baste it in place. I'm going to come in a little bit here because I'm going to have to cut some of this. That's fine. I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna have to cut some of this, and the same thing over here. I'm gonna have to cut some of this also off because, like I said, I am off center. But what you do want to make sure is that. Hold on 1 second, baby. Hold on. So what you do want to make sure is that you have, everything on the right side. So I have this lining over here, this lining over here. Okay. And so we're going to go ahead and, like I said, I am going to take the ladder, and actually what I'm going to do also, I'm going to make these a little bit longer. Instead of having them at 2 inches, I'm going to do 4 inches a piece because I'm going to do 3.5. No, let's do 4. I'm going to do 4 inches each strap. Remember, this is the strap that we've already made. This is from a tab, basically. So I should have done this where it was like, okay, here. And now what I'm going to do is like, all right, so I like that meat and potato. So then I'm going to top stitch or base stitch that down right there. Okay. Because like I said, I am going to have to cut some of this because of how it's off center. And the same thing over here. Okay, I like that here. Or if you want this to be kind of long, you can. It's completely up to you how you want it to be. It's really up to you how you make this bag. But I'm going to do mine here and then put a stitch right across there. All right, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm not sure if I told you guys wrong or not. I can't remember. But I know that I put this on the wrong way. Yeah, no, I didn't tell you guys wrong. I told you guys to put it in this way. And I messed up again because I'm dealing with my little bugger. So yeah, never mind. Just wanted to make sure that I just want to make sure, just in case, just make sure that this is facing inward, not outward like I did here. All right. All right. Now that we have this all together, go ahead and work your magic. You already know what to do. We're going to come here, put these together. Come here, put these together. Now, when you go to sew here, you are going to leave another one. You're going to do another 1/4 of an inch right here. You're going to keep that open a little bit. We're not going to sew straight across like we normally would typically do. So here you're going to leave a little space. Also here we're going to leave a little space. Remember, let me back this up a little bit. Remember, either 6 inches here or 6 inches there. All right, you know what I'm talking about if you've done this, or we've done this so many times. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and fix mine also. So next time we actually talk and see each other, it's going to be face to face. All right, so we're done. Now you know me, I'm always transparent. Mine looks, this is not how it's supposed to look, because I had to do the shift. So when it shifted, everything else shifted also. So if you make sure that all right, we're done. As you can see here, it goes right here. Now you already know me, I'm always transparent. If I mess up, I mess up, right? Now, one thing that happened, because I had to shift everything, this ended up shifting. This part right here ended up shifting, so it came out. That's fine. So it should, and also it did the same thing over here. So technically what this is supposed to be, is supposed to be caught on the inside of this, but because I had to shift it over, I wasn't able to keep it in there like that. But it's supposed to kind of be in here like this, just like this. All right. Now, if you want to, when it comes down to these, you can make these a little bit smaller and get a smaller D-ring also on both sides. I can also show you how to put them on the outside right here. Is a pretty decent, nice look too, also to it. But that's for a whole nother video down the line. But we're done. So got a zipper pouch up top. Any and everything can go in here if you want. It's very roomy. Zipper here. Put your phone right there, or whatever, however you want it, whatever you want to do, something quick and fast where you need anything right there, accessible. But hey, as always, you know, when I mess up, I mess up. We already know how to make the straps to it. We already know how to make a strap. We already know how to make this type of strap. So that's what you'll do if you want to go ahead and put that on here. But this is one of the bags I do sell. I do sell this bag. Unfortunately, I can't sell it because of the mess up. So that's 100% fine, and I'm okay with that. As long as you guys understand how to make this bag. If you guys don't understand, if you need me to, we can go ahead and redo it. Just let me know in the comments, okay? If we need to go ahead and redo it, or you can email me. That's 100% fine. My email will be in the description. As always, I do want to say, you know, like I said in the beginning, the newsletter, I'm working out the bugs and the kinks. I'm not sure what's going on. I did get some emails, some people saying, hey, the newsletter is not coming. I'm not sure why. But I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but I will figure it out. Even if I have to hire somebody, I will figure it out. We're going to catch up on the newsletter also. But yeah, if you like today's video, as always, please, as always, please like, subscribe, and share the video. And as always, thank you for tuning in to PQF Academy.